Hi there, you're watching The Appreciationist. My name is Peter Hartman.
And I'm Samantha Barley.
And today we're going to be talking about, you're waving, I cut you off there while you're waving. Today we're going to be talking about the power of play. What a fun topic. Before we get to that, just want to let you know a quick update for TLOA for this week. If you're new to the show, just letting you know that we're going to be doing a TLOA update, an update for the lawofattraction.ca, the first few minutes of the show. So if you want to know what's happening, what we're planning on, some input you'd like to give us, here's the time to get that information. We have an event coming up, a meetup coming up, hosted by Valerie Soule. It's going to be a French discussion about the law of attraction, les secrets de la loi de l'attraction. That's going to be a discussion, une discussion en français animée par Valerie. So you can find that on our meetup page. And we're also going to be, I'm thinking about scheduling, and I'm planning on scheduling 2 meetups for the 30th of June and one for the one meetup for the 30th of June and one meetup for the 4th of July. So one of those will be an outdoor one of those will be an indoor one, most likely, weather dependent, and I hope to see you there. So come and let me know what discussions you'd like to have, what topics you'd like to see. Send me a message, post a comment anywhere that you can find us, and we'll let you know about that. Sam, you got something coming up for you?
Yes, I do. So this is with Self-Discovery Montreal. You can find me on Meetup or just go to samanthabarley.com and click on events. So I've planned a group discussion. So it's a little different than group life coaching. I'm still going to give some advice, but I'm going to let people talk a lot more about their opinions of things.
But will you though? But will you though?
Well, I think so. I'm good at it. Like, unlike other people.
I was dissing you. I don't know how that came back on me.
So this group discussion is planned for Friday, yet it looks like crazy thunder showers and stuff. So right now I've been asking people their opinions. Do they, would they join on Saturday? So it's very likely, if the weather stays the way it is, I'm going to change it to Saturday at 2 p.m. And this is an outdoor group discussion about the pursuit of happiness. So it'll be a really fun discussion outdoors near the waterfront in Verdun.
Very awesome. Definitely check that out. People can find out your meetups where again?
SamanthaBarley.com, click on events. This is Self-Discovery Montreal. And please give me your opinion about the discussion when you want it.
Perfect. SamanthaBarley.com and click on events there. You can find all of our meetups at theLawOfAttraction.ca and just click on calendar. That's it for the TLOA update. Keeping you up to date on what's happening with the group. Anybody out there wondering, we're still really hunting for a location for our events, a permanent location for our events. So Sam has been diligent on that every single day, and I've been doing not quite as much as her, but diligent nonetheless. So we're really looking forward to that. All right. The most important thing we do during the show is called the moment of appreciation, and that's why we look back at the past 7 days and we pick out something that we appreciate. It could be something that was good, that's easy to appreciate, or it could be something that wasn't so great, but that we can see the value in today. I don't think I'll ever get tired of saying that little spiel. I'll have to change that. I don't know. Keep saying the same thing. A robot.
No, it's good. It's great.
It's okay. It works. You want to go first, Sam, or want me to go first? You know what I'm going to say.
Well, yeah, mine is like yours too. So you go first.
Let's say it together, okay?
Last night.
Okay, right. Yeah. You go ahead, Sam.
You want me to go?
Yeah, you go ahead.
So yeah, it was last night at the Comedy Nest. Peter Hartman and Tom Hartman performed together a duo set. So that was extremely fun to see. You guys are hilarious to me. I mean, I think other people think you're funny, but like to me, you're like extremely hilarious. So seeing you both up there, like bantering back and forth, was really entertaining. It was really funny. A lot of people came out, our friends and meetup members and stuff. So that was like really cool to support it. And yeah, it was just super fun to see. Yep.
It was so fun. I mean, as much fun as it was, and it was a huge blast to be on stage with my brother and to do our first duo set. And, you know, it was nerve-wracking, and I had to do something for the first time again, and it felt like doing stand-up comedy for the first time. And even all that was a blast. It was incredibly heartwarming to see the folks that came out to support us, the folks from our meetup, the folks that we know. It makes a huge difference. I don't know if you guys realize it, but you come out there, you spend a little time there, you put your $5 down, and you enjoy a comedy show. It does a great thing for our brand. It does a great thing for our name. So thank you so much for coming out. we were leaving there. We got pats on the back from everybody, the people who worked there, the people who were in charge of booking and all that. They told us explicitly, we took notice. We know what you did today. We saw the people that came out for you. So when we invite you to come out to these things, and it's meaningful, and you really pulled through. So that was 10 times, made it 10 times better. So it was really fun. And you guys were great laughers. I mean, Sam, everybody was a great laughter. So that really helped. So thank you guys so much for that. Yeah, that's it for my moment of appreciation. I mean, I'm sure I have others, but that one is really stuck in my mind. I was just watching my set before the show started. So
I can go with more. It's garden related, of course. Garden related, of course. So I was at the gardens yesterday. I'm learning all about medicinal herbs, so it's super fun. And where I am, they also do organic farming, everything that I learned last year. And there were tons of leftover plants that they had way too many plants that they grew this year. Last year, a bunch of them died. So this year they had a bunch left over. And during the session, she was like, if you want to take any plants to go, feel free to take them or they're going to die. And I was like, ah! If only I had like a backyard to have like a huge garden, I don't know, I think I'd go crazy. So I took like a bunch of plants. I have like hot peppers now that I'm going to be adding to my garden, more herbs, lettuces and things like that. So I was outside today planting more in all my pots on my balcony. Soon I'm going to be like overrun by it. But yeah, so lots and lots of fun with that. That was really good.
That's really awesome. Actually, I forgot one, and I'll mention it now. I had a lot of fun. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention this, but I had a lot of fun at, I think it's called Village au Pied du Courant.
Yeah.
It was.
You're allowed to mention that. It's not about anybody but us. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So it was Sam's birthday recently, and we went out to this place, and it was totally a lot of fun. I mean, she drags me out to these places, and then I end up in spaces that are just incredible, so wonderful. It was an outdoor party. I mean, an outdoor party. Everybody dancing to these beats and these songs, and we were there for hours. It was just incredible. It gave me all kinds of ideas, all kinds of inspiration. I can't believe the people who put this together just decided to do this thing. It was a free to walk in, and it was an incredible experience. I love standing there, watching people dancing. It was just a lot of fun. What a great way. It was like a birthday gift for me. I even feel like it was a birthday gift for you. But you get one.
So just to let people know, it's Au Pied du Courant. And it's near the Jacques Cartier Bridge. It's like something that they've been doing for a few years now. They put it up every summer, and like every weekend, there's all sorts of different types of events, different themed event activities. When we went, it was Afrofest. And then the next day they had yoga and things like that. So like all sorts of fun stuff. And I had actually been meaning to go, and last week was like my first time there, and I'm sure we'll be going back. Yeah, we were thinking of planning a meetup. So if you guys are interested, let us know.
Yeah, we can go there, hang out, listen to some music, have a few drinks. It was a lot of fun. Great moments of appreciation. I've just been having a blast this past week or so. So much coming up, so much to do. It's going to lead us into the conversation that we're going to be having here today, the power of play. You know, I started stand-up comedy just for goose, right? I mean, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in doing comedy, but it's so much fun, and it helped me on so many levels, and I want to talk about that. I want to talk about pursuing our hobbies, pursuing what we would like to do for fun. When we talk about the power of play, what I'm really talking about is action for its own sake, right? It's not action that for a job or action for a career or action that you have to do, but it's action that you take just for the pleasure of doing it. And we typically see that when it comes to games or sports or things like that. But I feel like you can tackle learning skills or hobbies or anything like that in terms of play. And you have no idea how it can expand you. You have no idea where it will lead you, and you have no idea who you will become after you've explored these things with this idea in mind. What I love about it is there's no pressure, there's no stress. If I bomb as a comedian, who really cares about that? What difference does it make to my life? But if I succeed at it, or if I just do mediocre, the things that come out of it. So I've gotten jobs out of it, I've gotten exposure out of it, I get a new credit out of it, I get practice on stage speaking with people, and all that because of play, right? Sam, sometimes you talk about these nutrition things or these plants or going to garden and all these things, and the way I hear it, it's like it's play that happens to be good for me. You know what I
mean? Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, it's really things that I'm interested in, but have no like purpose to do, like, except that they're fun to do, and the learning aspect is fun to me. Like, I like what you're saying, like you know, like, play doesn't necessarily just have to be like going to the movies. It can be like engaging in something, learning something. And I think we're those types of people who really, and I mean, we're those types of people because we practice it. So learning these different things about nutrition, about medicinal herbs now, organic farming last year, I just find it very interesting. And I know that it helps me. And so as I'm learning these and I'm putting them into practice, they're helping my life. And then I'm able to then transmit that to other people, you know, like in sessions and with friends and with you. But I'm not doing it for that reason. Like, I never got into it for like, oh, this is going to be good for my business, or this is going to be good for, you know, my family's health or something. It was really like, hey, I'm really curious about this. This seems interesting. Well, I'll just explain quickly, like I had explained last year, how I even got into the organic farming was just feeling a little bit down during the winter and saying, I want to do something. What can I do? What can I do to feel a little bit better? Made a list of stuff. Plants was on there. So I looked up house plants and then found this program. And I was like, yeah, I should go for that. And then it turned into this whole playful thing that's been lasting a few years now. Yeah.
And I like that. And when you get into a sense of play, one of the things I love about it is that, you know, it gives you all of the circumstances and the permissions to act in the way that you would like to act relative to other things, relative to work, for example. When I do something in the sense of play, it's so much easier to forgive myself and to let myself off the hook and to not beat myself up because it didn't really matter. It's sometimes I can get lost and I can take it too seriously, but then I also have something to pull me back that says, hey, it's just a game. You know, you ever play a game like Monopoly? Well, maybe not Monopoly is not a good example because there's a lot of marriages that have ended because of Monopoly, I'm sure. But you know, you're playing a game and you're getting also. I remember playing basketball when I was a kid, and you get into a little sort of fight because of the basketball, the rules or what this person did or didn't. But after you just shake it off because it really doesn't matter. And when you learn how to like let go of things and how to remind yourself of the true context, then that skill can be transferred over to the things that you do relative to. And I think I'm frozen right now. I don't even know if anybody can hear me.
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. I just have this ugly face that's staring right at me here. All right. I'm unfrozen. Good. I saw myself being stuck like this, so it's like it's pretty weird. And okay, so the thing about play is that when you get into a state of play, you tap into your most natural state of being. You know, this is a state that children exist in, you know, and it's not without meaning, but they do it for the fun of it. That's their primary focus. They're doing it for the pleasure, but they learn, right? If you keep kids away from playing, from being social when they're younger, they're going to grow up to be adults who are very sort of, I don't even know what would...
Rigid?
Yeah, rigid, antisocial, not able to be as imaginative or things like that. Like they lose when you're a child and you're playing around. You're developing skills that you then use when you're an adult, whether it comes to just dealing with, you know, personal space, the way you speak, the clothes that you wear, whatever it is, the sort of cultural forming. Well, that takes place even when it comes to play, when you're learning to respect the rules, when it comes to cheating, when it comes to making things fun for everybody else. And so there are a lot of things that you learn as you're doing play that children learn. And if you felt like you had a childhood that wasn't filled with enough play, or maybe you feel like you're lacking something, you might want to dive into a sport or to a course, to some activity for its own sake, not because it's going to do anything other than bring you pleasure or interest or curiosity, and see what happens to you, you know? And I kind of ask yourself this question: if I tapped into something for fun, if I joined a gaming league, if I started learning poker, I don't know what it is, if I just did any type of game, who would I be at the end of the week? Who would I be at the end of the month? What will I have practiced? And I think
I was like, how do I get in there? How do I get in there? Let's just do it. Can I add stuff?
Of course. That's how you do it. You just break through the front door. You're like, yeah, my turn now.
So with play, what I feel like, that's why I said the word rigid, is because for me, when I'm playing, I feel like it loosens me up. Like I just have the two ideas in mind is like choosing to just put on music and dance around silly. To me, that's play. It's not necessarily with people and it's not anything, but it's like loosening up. It's just being playful. It's just being silly for the sake of doing it. And it changes your mood. And after I do something like that, I feel differently when then I have to go do a task or look at something a little bit more serious. I feel lighter. I feel looser, you know? And there's even the example of laughter yoga that I've done with my group a few times. Like just choosing as a group to go and be silly and laugh in the park, you know, like that's what we do. We do exercises. I do it with Wendy Singer, who has her own meetup group called Laughter Fit. She does it like weekly, so go see her. But doing something like laughter yoga as a group, like forcing yourselves to laugh and do these different activities, you just become like a kid. You become silly. You let go of your inhibitions, at least to some extent. Like the more you do it, the more you feel comfortable and can just like let go without worrying about what people think. But then you bring that with you for the rest of your day, for the rest of your week, for the rest of your month. Having that experience, having had that experience with other people, it's light, you know?
It's light, it's enlightening, it affects you in ways that you can't necessarily predict. You get to network, you get to meet people. If you're doing something that involves people or outdoors, you get to learn more about yourself, you get to explore your mind. If you're doing something that's more solo, for example. There's all kinds of ways, you know, we could tell you all the benefits that are out there for when it comes to playing, but do you really have to be convinced to play? I mean, is this a hard sell? Like, do we really have to really hammer it over your head to play? If you feel like you are taking things too seriously, if you feel like you need some lightheartedness in your life, if you have a great life and you just want it to be better, go out and play, find reasons to play. Look, if you had all the money in the world and all the opportunity to do anything that you wanted to do, the thing you'd probably choose to do would be something playful. It'd be something fun. It'd be something for its own sake. And you can have those mini experiences now. You can tap into that energy now. You can explore that dimension of play right now and see the benefit that it brings to you. So, you know, Sam will just sit down and she'll see me sitting on her balcony and getting a little restless, and she'll be like, okay, and then she'll just jump on. Let's do riddles. Let's just make riddles, and whether they're good riddles or not, we have fun going back and forth, teasing each other about the riddles, trying to figure them out, and that's fun, right? It's a fun exercise for your mind. It's a great way to relate to other people, and it makes you a more interesting person. And when we're talking about the law of attraction, we're talking about being attractive to your environment, to be one in your environment that people and situations sort of seek you out and sort of are a match to who you are. And if you want to be a match to situations that are more joyful, that are more pleasurable, that are more in sync with who you are, your inner child, then you want to give off this air of playfulness. You want to tap into what that feels like. And I know that I have a very sort of mean resting face. I know that if I'm just sitting on the metro or on the bus and even if I'm thinking a pleasant thought, I'll just be sort of stern faced. I try to recognize that if I put myself in a state of play, then I'm less likely to look that way, and then I'll be more approachable, and there are all these consequences that follow. And so I don't want to give us the job to predict exactly how tapping into play is going to help you with every little thing, but I do want to encourage you to seek out things that might be playful. Even if you already do play, find ways to add more of that in your life and see how that benefits you. All right. I think I'm really loving this topic. I kind of feel like I want to have this topic outdoors and then throw the frisbee around and put some
like last summer.
Yeah,
Fun.
I completely agree. So maybe we'll do something like that. I think that's it for the show. I think we've tapped into it. I think that was a lot of fun. Is there anything left to say?
Find the time for it. Like, because I'm thinking of clients and sessions that I've had talking about these sort of things, encouraging people to do activities and play. It's like, oh, I don't have the time, or I'm too tired. No. Like everything that we've sort of explained today, I think is reason enough to sort of push yourself a little bit towards that, you know? So make the time and then see how it improves your life. It's fun.
It is fun, and maybe you don't have an ounce of spare time, maybe you don't have a second of spare time, but the things that you do on a regular basis, they can be turned into a game. Your chores, they can be turned into a game. Groceries, they can be turned into a game. Conversations with your friends, they can be turned into games. And so look at it, you know, make a list of points for every time you buy something healthy at a store, or even ask yourself to buy something healthy at the store, and then go to the grocery store and tally up those points. And when you reach a certain number of points, then you say, well, I'm going to treat myself, or I'm going to call my friend, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. Like, there's all kinds of ways. There's a video that you're going to want to watch online. It's a TED Talk by a lady, a professional named, she's a twin, so I keep mixing up her name, but I believe it's Jane McConaughey. It could be Kelly McConaughey, but I think it's Jane. And she talks about gaming, about games. And she has a story about how she got bopped on the head, and then she got into a type of depression, and she created a game called Super Better that allowed her to get out of this depression. So she gave herself points for, you know, writing things down, going outside, doing some exercise, playing with friends, whatever it was. And the game just sort of took on a life of its own. And when she talked about it, other people started creating their own Super Better game, and it helped them with whatever they were dealing with. And some of them were dealing with very serious issues. And so she showed how the power of play, the power of gaming, the power of creating your own reality in this way, game mechanics, can really help keep you motivated, help you keep yourself focused, and really instill into your mind and into your practice these behaviors that are that make you super better. Maybe we'll post that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Appreciationist after this show.
It is Jane, by the way. I just looked. Jane McGonigal, but I'll post it.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Look, thank you so much for watching the show. Thank you, Sam, for being here, looking so pretty, being all smart. Smart first, then pretty second, because you're a human person with a brain. You just happen to be... I'm going to stop talking because
awkward.
Awesome. Thank you. It's awkward. It wasn't awkward until you said it was awkward. Thank you again for everybody who came out. Thank you for watching the show, and tune in next week for another exciting episode of The Appreciationist. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.